Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the second lesson of the Constitutional Minute. Today, we're going to be going over Article 1. Now, Article 1 is a large portion of the United States Constitution. And what I'm going to be going over, it'll probably be a couple of days for Article 1 because there's several sections in Article 1, right? It's the legislative branch. So we have obviously three branches of government, and the Constitution spells that out. We have the legislative branch, the executive branch, and the judicial branch. So Article 1 is the legislative branch. It goes over several sections of Article 1. So let's go over Section 1 of Article 1. It says, all legislative powers herein granted shall be vested in Congress of the United States, which shall consist of the Senate and House of Representatives, right? So that's pretty simple. The legislative branch. It's the House of Representatives and the Senate that makes up the Congress. So when people think of the Congress, they think just the House of Representatives and then the Senate is separate. It's not. The legislative branch is, and the Congress is both houses, right? The Senate and the House of Representatives make up the full Congress, okay? So that's the legislative branch. So, and then it's separated. So you have the House of Representatives, which is known as Congress, right? And then the Senate. But in reality, right, what does it say? All legislative powers herein granted shall be vested in Congress as a whole of the United States, which shall consist of the Senate and the House of Representatives. So there's your Congress, okay? The House of Representatives and the Senate. So we've gotten so confused because we hear Congress, Senate. But in reality, Congress is both houses. It's both the Senate and Congress. Now they are separated as in the House of Representatives and the Senate. So let's see what it takes to be a representative in the House of Representatives, okay? The House of Representatives shall be composed of members chosen every 2 years by the people of the several states, and the electors in each state shall have the qualifications requisite for electors of the most numerous branch of the state legislature. No person shall be a representative who shall not have attained to the age of 25 years old and been 7 years a citizen of the United States, and who shall not, when elected, be an inhabitant of the state in which he shall be chosen, right? So in other words, he has to live in the state that he's chosen from, and he has to be 7 years a citizen of the United States, 25 years old, he or she, right? So 25 years old. So all of you students out there that aspire to be a representative in the House of Representatives, just know that you have to be 25 years old in order to do that, to run, and a citizen of the United States for at least 7 years. It doesn't have the born in the United States requirement like the president, okay? As a House of Representatives, 7 years as a citizen of the United States, a resident of the state where you're running at and the district you're running at, and 25 years old. So this is Section 2, by the way. Section 2, Article 1, Section 2. Let's go to representatives and direct taxes shall be apportioned among the several states, which may include within the Union, according to their respective numbers, which shall be determined by adding to the whole number of free persons, including those bound to service for a term of years, and excluding Indians not taxed, 3/5 of all other persons. Note, changed by Section 2 of the 14th Amendment, okay? The actual enumeration shall be made with 3 years after the first meeting of the Congress of the United States, and with every subsequent term of 10 years in such a manner as they shall by law direct. The number representatives shall not exceed one for every 30,000, but each state shall have at least one representative, and until such enumeration shall be made, the state of New Hampshire shall be entitled to choose 3, Massachusetts 8, Rhode Island and Providence Plantations 1, Connecticut 5, New York 6, New Jersey 4, Pennsylvania 8, Delaware 1, Maryland 6, Virginia 10, North Carolina 5, South Carolina 5, and Georgia 3. When vacancies happen in the representation from any state, the executive authority thereof shall issue writs of election to fill such vacancies. The House of Representatives shall choose their speaker and other officers and shall have the sole power of impeachment. Okay, that's the House. So what do we just learn with what was going on in the media, right? We had an impeachment going on, and the House of Representatives has the sole authority for the impeachment. So, and what else did it say in there? Okay, so Congress, that's the House of Representatives. So Congress is what? It's both the House of Representatives and the Senate. Two things: House of Representatives and the Senate. And then we'll go over this. This was Article 1, Section 2, and we'll go over Section 3 tomorrow, which is the Senate and their responsibilities. So what I want you to do today is, what is the House of Representatives responsible for? Right? That's what I want you to answer the question. What is the House of Representatives responsible for? Again, we covered the age, right? 25 years old, 7 years, a United States citizen, and a resident of the state of where you live, and representing that population, right? So, legislators make laws, right? The executive branch enforces laws, and the judicial branch interprets the laws, right? So, let's take that what I just went over with the Article 1, Section 2, Section 1 and 2, basically, right? Because the legislative powers herein granted shall be vested in Congress of the United States, which is what? House of Representatives and the Senate, okay? So we've covered Section 1 and Section 2 of the United States Constitution, Article 1. Tomorrow we'll cover Section 3, which will be the United States Senate. I look forward to going over the whole Constitution, right? Constitution. I'm here in my home office. Yesterday I was in the school office. So let's learn the Constitution together, right? The Constitution is an important document. It's one of the most important documents in the world, right? It's the reason we're the United States of America. It's very important that we learn the Constitution. And I'm going to be going over it in detail so that you understand each section of the Constitution and what it says, the jurisdictions of each branch of government, and we're just going to learn this together, right? And why did we separate, right? What did it say in here? Representatives and direct taxes shall be apportioned among the several states which may be included within the Union, okay? What happened? Why did we leave Great Britain, the United Kingdom? Why did we leave them? Why did we have a revolution, right? Taxation without representation, taking away liberties. These are the things that we're going to go over, going over the Constitution. So again, explain to me what we just discussed as far as the House of Representatives. We'll go over the Senate tomorrow, but explain to me what the House of Representatives is and what they're responsible for. So I look forward to your responses. And again, my email. Also, I had some friends ask me how come they couldn't respond on the YouTube below. It's because this is set up for kids. So for all of you students, my email is jbaca@torcschools.net. And for anybody who wants to respond to me as far as the class goes, it's paying attention or wanting to learn this, my email, please send those emails to joebaca38@gmail.com. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Also, if you have any comments, suggestions, please let me know. And again, I look forward to giving these lessons. And let's talk about the Constitution. It's something that we should be learning and always have our liberties and freedom. And again, God bless. Stay safe out there, and we will talk to you tomorrow.